today. Let me know if this wind is too strong or if it's too loud. I got the headphones on. I believe the microphone might help it out some. I don't know. I should have probably had brought my little microphone. But yeah, I wanted to talk about it's this thing going on circulating. I seen on Facebook where it was a supervisor end up getting roughed up by his employee, and I wanted to talk about de-escalation. De-escalating situations. It don't necessarily have to be with an employee. It could be with family members. It could be with a co-worker. It could be with someone that's at a business who working. An employee. Yeah, it could be with anything. The cashier. It could be anything that has something to do with business. And what I seen, so on the video, I don't know if this is 100% true. Meaning that when they record, people press record. You don't know where what happened before they press record. So an employee is asking for a advance. He wants to get paid on Sunday, which is mind-blowing to me because I don't know who get paid. I done worked several different jobs, and it was always either I got paid on Thursdays or Fridays, one or the other. But I think I heard about somebody getting paid on Monday, but just getting paid on Sunday is just, I don't know. That's just something that's weird. But the guy was going off basically saying that he's told his employee, he's yelling at his boss, and he's saying that he told him, I told you that I have to pay bills on Sunday. I have to pay my mortgage or whatever, his rent or whatever on Sunday. So what I'm thinking is the guy was in a border home or something. Come on. Oh, walking shadow. Shadow the dog. Check him out on his channel and come right back. Subscribe to him. Come back. It's called The Dog Shadow. But anyway, moving on. So he's going off saying that he told him that he needs to be paid, and he's asking him to pay him in advance, pay him early. The guy's saying that come back tomorrow and I'm gonna pay you on Monday. So he's saying that he wants to get paid today, and he started bullying his boss, which is just mind-blowing. I've been saying this forever, that a lot of supervisors, I'm talking about supervisors. I think this guy actually owned this business, and I think this was either lawn care or construction. A lot of supervisors be under the illusion it's a conditioning where they believe that an employee wouldn't step up to the plate, take something and crack their head with it. And he ended up learning that day. He found out that life is real. Now, I wanted to talk about de-escalating. Yeah, he's yelling at him, and when a man is emotional, look, I deal with a dog. I studied animals. What's up? Shoot, I don't know. IMNOT gay, GAY. What's up, bro? I don't know how to pronounce your name, man. But shout out to you. He was saying so I wanted to talk about de-escalating. How do you de-escalate that situation? You have somebody barking at you, yelling at you and everything. For some reason, he had his camera recording the interaction. You know, one way that it's almost a default to de-escalate it by grabbing a piece, you know, but that can actually increase the emotional state of the individual that is currently under duress. You know, he wants money, and come to find out, you know, further listening to it, I subscribed. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the subscription. He was what I was saying, he was trying to get him to pay, and the guy, the boss, the supervisor, whoever, he's the authority, was saying that come back Monday, come back tomorrow. He was saying that I don't have no cigarettes, I don't have no gas to get back to work. All I'm asking you for is some money. Pay me today. So this was a tough one right here, because in reality, if you are an employee, if I was to hire somebody, you're gonna be on that payroll, and it will be very clear when you get paid. I don't do any advances. What I learned from this situation is that those who have employees, do not, I repeat, do not give them any payments in advance, because by me dealing with humans, dealing with animals, I studied animals for years, I studied human body language too. I just like to look and watch and learn things. Body language is real. Human interactions is real. All this stuff is real. But anyway, you don't want to pay your employees in advance. I have no employees. I was an employee. I can see how that can condition an employee to want to ask again and again and again. And the day you say no, the employee feeling a slight towards you, all because you said no to not paying him in advance or not paying her in advance. So you want to stay away from that. That was escalating the situation or building or conditioning the mindset of your employee. He told the guy, "You're getting paid $20 an hour. What's wrong with you?" Then the guy yelled at him and said, "I have to pay my son's rent or mortgage," whatever he said, some mortgage. That was crazy. You know, the guy, either way it go, you can't make, this is the sad part about this whole thing, you cannot make your employee problems your problems. That is one of the reasons why I have been hesitant to hire people, because if I was to hire an employee, hey, what's up, man? If I was to hire someone, I take on problems, y'all. I take on people. I'm saying past tense, because as I've grown older and more wiser, more mature, I'm not really into taking on other people's problems. Though I tried through God's grace, keep my problems down to a bare minimum, there are still things that pop up in my life. You know, just because I can solve my problems, because that's what kind of make us unique. Or, you know, you having a business, that's powerful, that you have basically solved the problem. Going into business, you have to have the ability to solve problems. Now, someone escalating in conflict is a problem that you have to solve. So how are multiple ways to de-escalate it? You know, that was a situation in a scenario. I was thinking to myself, how do you de-escalate that situation? You know, he's standing over you, yelling at you, barking at you. What are you gonna do? He stood up. Okay, that's what would have been my natural, human reaction, is to stand up, because it's like, man, you had advantage. You had an advantage point to stand over me. Let me stand up to defend myself, just in case this conversation escalate to a devastating situation. So Once he stood up, that actually had further inflamed him. Hey, well, that inflammatory situation was going to take place. That escalation was going to take place, because you can't have nobody just standing over you, barking at you. And it was so awkward, because the way I look at things, hey, I'm paying you. I believe in treating people nice, but we've been conditioning watching TV that a boss is a boss. It's like you don't play with the boss like that. I'm just going from the perspective of the mafia. Like, imagine a foot soldier yelling at a mafia a mafia godfather or something. It was taboo just seeing the situation, but these scenarios happen. Nobody just don't talk about it or record it. But now we are in the time of recording things, so you're gonna catch a whole lot of stuff. But so a solution. Let me try to think of some solutions. This is all off the top of the dome. One, you don't know if he got a gun or whatever. He comes in, he's acting real furious, so it is what it is. You're gonna probably go into that type of defensive mechanism. Two, call the police, try to get a referee there and have them escorted. And do you know that the guy was talking about, I don't understand the scenario, because he was talking about basically come back in tomorrow. Don't come back. I don't need you to come back ever. You're fired for yelling. It's not a conversation. For yelling, for this weird behavior that you're doing, you gotta go. Simplified. You have to go. I don't know. I don't understand why this employer was trying to hold on to this employee, but I guess sometimes we put ourselves in positions that we actually need the employees. How you doing? We actually need them in our lives or something. I don't know. For the business purpose, So that was one thing. I can't really think of the de-escalation of that situation. That's why I'm asking y'all for some suggestions. How could he have de-escalated that situation? And you best believe there are some events where you cannot stop from taking place. This is out of your hand. You did all you can. You did everything you can, but you couldn't stop it from happening. So anyway, the guy tussled, beat the guy. The camera falls, and you can tell that the employee beats the boss up, and he says, "Pay me, I need my money." And you can hear the boss kind of choking or whatever. Maybe he was choking the boss or the supervisor, whoever this guy is. I think that was his company. Or the employer. And he was saying, just come back tomorrow. I'll pay you tomorrow. I'm like, bruh, you might not get paid. It's a sad, but see, this is the thing. Just don't pay in advance. That was to solve that whole situation. Ain't no paying no employee in advance. That is a done deal. I don't care. Some of us got hearts of gold, and we're very kind. But that's just something that we just can't do. That's something that you just can't do, man. You got to be strong. You got to be tough in that area. No payments in advance. No advance for the employees. Because the conditioning, you conditioning your employee. And I'm going to say this goes for everything. Like, think about it. The second you let a person get away with something, they keep doing it. So you have to nip stuff in the bud ASAP. That goes for your business, your line card, your customers. They might be late on a payment. Some of us is just so kind and nice. We might say, "Oh, it's okay. Pay us next week." And then that becomes a habit. And then one day you end up feeling like, you know what? This is too much. This has to stop. I don't want this to keep going on. But now the customer has been conditioned that they can pay you late. They constantly paying you late, and you made them think that was okay. So that's your fault. I have to say this is the employer's fault for priming the employee's mindset to think that everything is okay. That's just like anything. Any rule that you have established in your business must be enforced. You have to let people know. And ain't no, like, think about it. When you work for these companies, what do you do? What happens? What's the operation? You do something wrong, what you do? You get a verbal warning, but it's written though. Hey, this is a verbal warning. It's written as in a way of proof that, hey, you did this. Now, you ain't finna get your head cut off, which is termination. You ain't finna get terminated, but you have been verbally warned. Then when you do the same thing again, now you get written up. You got one write up. You got 2 more to go. 3 strikes, you out. Most people, when they get written up, they start looking for another job. But basically the purpose of this, the system writing up and, enforcing your rules is to prime and condition the mind of the individual that is working for you, or the individual that's you are interacting with, is to prime their mind and condition them to understand that you have lines that they can't cross ever. It's never okay. It's never okay. You have to actually place that in their minds, in their hearts, and their bodies. You gotta make them feel like, hey, I can't do him like this. I can't do this with my employee, my boss. If I come in late, he gonna write me up. Then he gonna fire me. I seen him fire somebody. It's just the way it is, y'all. Real talk. A lot of us let too many things slide too much. And when we let the stuff slide, people think it's okay. It's okay to do this person this way, and okay to do a person that way. So my supreme ideal on the way to keep someone from a situation like that from happening is to control the frames, period. You have to control the interactions, period. One person always going to be more in control of a conversation than the other. There really isn't no sharing the conversations. Think about it. One person is listening, one person is talking. Oh, it's my time to talk. Okay, and out of that whole situation, it's always going to be somebody that talks more. It's just the way it is. So you have to control the frames. You have to control the interactions. Any interactions y'all doing in business, your life, your family, your friends, you have to control it. I have like, for instance, I learned this dealing with my dog. I have a very aggressive dog. And when I say aggressive, it's just his behavior. He's bullhead. He's full blown. He believes in hierarchy, hierarchy. He believes in hierarchy and all that. And this is just the way his instinct is. Like, it's the same thing with humans. Humans have human instinct. Dogs have dogs' instincts. So, just like he knows that I run my life, I run his life, I run my wife's life, I run anything that has something to do with me, I have to be in control of it. I feel like I know what's best. It's just the way it is. I literally feel like I know what's best. The best thing, the best scenario. I solve too many problems. I have too many knots up under my belt. It's just the way it is. And I'm a learner. I'm consistently learning how to solve new problems, how to do this, how to do that. I'm that how-to guy. People come to me asking me, how you do this? And I don't know how to do the stuff. Then I say, I'll just find out real quick. And it ain't nothing to do to find out. I don't know some people just come to me like, here, no, do your research. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. So talking about the bull-headed dog, he's going to follow what I say. He does what I say peacefully. I have a whole wife. You know, it is what it is. He does not, if I'm around, he's not going to listen to her. Plain and simple. He's not going to follow orders given from her. When I'm around, when I'm not around, he's going to follow the orders. Whatever she say. When I'm around, he ain't doing that. I got to say, do this, go do that, whatever it is, you know. Working on that, by the way. But yeah. So that's all I'm saying, is that you guys got to learn how to control the interactions, control the frames. Don't develop people's conditioning mindsets to think that things are okay when things are not okay. I'm going to tell you like this. Before I started my business and when I was younger, I used to be the quiet one. Well, I'm talking about younger, probably my 20s, 30s and stuff like that. I was quiet and I just let people, cause I just didn't feel like causing conflict, you know, or start to even engage into conflict, you know. But as I got older, I don't mind telling someone, hey, this is the way this is finna go. If you want to actually cut a deal with me, you know, a deal can be anything. It could be, hey, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Or can, you know, anything, you know, it's a deal, whatever it may be. People deal with people, interaction, you know. So yeah, I'm very clear, clear cut. Say what I need to say and I move on, you know, period. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Yeah. Yeah, you have to be able to and trust me, everybody, you don't have to rule everybody's lives. It's just that you rule your life. You rule what comes in your life and what goes out your life. Like period. You don't have to you don't have to have everybody liking you. You know, you don't have to be everybody's friend. You know, that's some friendship type stuff to lend an employee, or not lend, maybe he lent it, or yeah, it's a lend or it's a payment in advance. You know, it's whatever you want to call it. He lent them some money until it was payday. So you don't want to do that. Period. And so yeah, that's how that goes. Just always remember, don't create awkward situations or scenarios where you have to explain yourself to people. That's another thing. It's not about explanation. When you're giving people explanations, there's something wrong. But you know what? Hey, age has a lot to do with that stuff, y'all. You know, I'm not too young. So, yeah, and I continue to develop my mind. I never stop immaturing. I never stop maturing. So, you know. Yeah. Talking about de-escalating and how to stop frames. You know, you have to stop it. You got to stop being so nice. Stop letting stuff slide. That's a failure. You know, the Bible says open rebuke is better than secret love. So basically, opening up, letting somebody know, hey, don't do that in front of thousands of people or just a few people or just that individual. It's better to openly tell somebody, hey, don't do this, than somebody who has a secret crush on someone or who loves somebody secretly. So hey, it is what it is. Come on, man. Yeah. Yep. When interacting with customers, I'm very nice. I'm very professional though. You know, meaning that to me, professionalism is the authority. You just the authority. That's a whole nother live I'm gonna put up one day. Talk about that professionalism, because that's the thing. Once you know something, you become a professional within that area. It's just that you have the knowing. You know this. You know this stuff. You know that. When you hesitant to give a price, or you just like really kind of like seeming like you don't know what you're talking about, then there you go. Boom. You're no longer professional. Period. I only talk about the stuff that you know. We all are professional at something. We know something. There ain't a person on earth that just don't know. I don't know nothing. Nah. It may not be all that important, but it is something that you know. But yeah, put yourself in a position where you don't have to de-escalate. Period. Somebody that knows that they can get away with something, that's just like a bully. Somebody that knows they can do it. You let them slide, guess what? Everybody else gonna do it. So it's best that you check stuff at the door. It's human instinct. It's sad and it's terrible, but it's real. Well, I wouldn't even say it's natural. It's scary to say, but it's natural. Listen, check this out. Let's say that employer does not defend himself, does not have somebody defend him or whatever, doesn't do anything. Let's just say that interaction took place. He got beat up, and the guy came in the next day, and he got paid after he beat him up, and then he come in the next day and he worked again. What do you think how it's gonna be like? He never fired him. He didn't do anything to this guy. He didn't defend himself or nothing. What you think gonna happen? All the other employees are gonna do the same thing. That's a crazy, crazy scenario. To have a business where your employees will walk up to you and yoke you up and ask you, what did you say for me to do? No, you do it yourself. That's some gangster stuff right there. That's that, hey, I'm gonna protect you from us. You hire us to protect you from you. Very crazy scenarios. But yeah, that's something to think about right there. How you doing? That's crazy. He comes in the next day after beating you up, and you have him go to work, do his job. Y'all act like nothing happened. He never apologized or anything. And then next thing you know, your other employees start acting a certain way, start becoming tough towards you. Man, please. That's why you want to actually nip stuff in the bud. You want to stop stuff before it escalates. But listen, everything that you say affirmative to or yes to, you asking for someone to escalate. I know that sounds crazy, but it's real. I'm a no guy. I say no to a lot of stuff. No is my thing. No, I stop stuff from happening to me. That's how I am. Very rarely I say yes to something, but it's always a no. It's a no somewhere hidden around. Even if I say yes to something, it's under a condition. I'm just talking about anything, yeah? Anything. Yeah. So get that together, y'all. De-escalation. Check it out. Here we go. We got the the sales, which I'm not. I feel like I'm not a sales guy. I'm just keeping it real. I don't like salespeople. I just don't like them. I'm just keeping it real. It's just the way it is. Larry Johnson Jr. don't like salespeople, sales reps, or whoever you want to call, whatever they want to call themselves. They're scripted. They got an agenda. You can't get mad at it. I know it's like, how do you own a business but you don't like sales reps or you don't like salesmen? You have to sell yourself. Yeah, I present myself as what it is. It ain't too much sales going on. I already tell people, how do you sell something if you already just tell people what you do, what you don't do, here's your prices. That's it. I place myself in a position where somebody's gonna say yes or no, or they're not gonna say nothing. You know, it's just, or they're not gonna text. Matter of fact, it ain't about saying anything. If y'all watch that last video, the thing is about they just don't respond. That means no. If they don't respond, no. Okay, moving on. But what I was saying, salespeople, they have the yes ladder. They get you to say yes. That's escalation. Like an escalator going up, more up, 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 up. They get you to say, hey, hold on. Hey, can you open up your door? Yeah. So can you open up your door so you can hear me, or I can hear you better? Yes. Okay. They got you on the yes ladder. Hey, what's are you if you was to tell me, wouldn't you want it to be like this? Yes. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like 3 or 4 yeses. Then it gets to a point where, see, the human mind is conditioned. I'm built, you know, you're being conditioned to say yes. Yes. Now you at a phase where something that's so obvious. Can I come by tomorrow or whatever, so I can set up this interview or whatever, set up and go ahead and get the installation done. You're gonna say yes because you've been saying yes. It's like a hypnotic situation. The yes ladder. I don't like that stuff. I don't like it. I studied the human psychology, so I understand it. But it ain't like I practice this stuff. You know, that's crazy. But it's real though. It's real. But once you conscious to these type of things, you can go up the yes ladder and then say no. Throw them all the way up. Like, oh, he said yes to all this stuff. Then he says no. Or say yes to everything, and then when they finna come up and tell them no. Change the plan. I'll call them later and say nah. Man, people be I'm just saying. Anyway, the whole point about it was escalation. That's a tactic, the escalation tactic too. Period. So anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute. All I can say to those that's hiring people, make sure y'all do not pay y'all employees in advance. It creates a whole scenario where they start expecting stuff. So I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute. Make sure y'all like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is LJJ Lawn Care. I'ma holler at you. Peace.